Hi, welcome to my crochet tutorial. This is Auntie Nat's Crochet. I am excited to have you here today. Whether you're brand new to crochet or looking for something new to crochet, you're in the right place. I can't wait to share my tips, tricks, and favorite techniques to you. By the way, this is not my actual voice. I lost my voice for quite some time and I haven't got back my voice yet. I hope you don't mind this. I hope you can hear me clearly. Oh yes, and do click the subscribe button over here before we start. I have thousands of videos, so do check them out. It will mean the world to me. And this particular series, I'm going to do Minions. Minions has been my favorite all along. It's just I didn't have the chance to do some. So I thought now is the right time to go crochet some Minions squishy for myself. So I'm using 5-ply cotton yarn, or these are milk cotton yarn, 5-ply milk cotton yarn. And I'll be using a 3.5mm hook. You can Google it and see what's the color that you need for a Minion. So these are the colors that I need. So let the fun begin. Oh yeah, besides this, you would need a little bit of stuffing, and I won't be using safety eyes. I will be sewing the eyes. I'll show you later what I mean. So for this first video, I'm going to show you how to do the goggle, the hands and the legs, and also the pants, the blue jeans pants. As for the Minion, because I'm gonna do 3 Minion, and all 3 Minion have different heights and width, because one will be taller, the other one will be fatter, and another one will be shorter. So once I show you how to do the hands and the legs and the goggle, and the following series, the following part, I would show you, like maybe for example, I'll show you how to crochet steward. But if you want to refer to the hand and the goggle and everything, you have to come back to this first video. So I'm going to do all the parts, the other parts, in the first video. And the written pattern will be in the description box below. So I'm going to start by making the hand. So I'm going to make 3 Minion. If you want to do 3 Minion as well, then you would have to do 3 pairs of hands. So the hands would look like this. So this is for 1 Minion. So I'm going to do, I would have to do 4 more. And let me just show you one of it. I'm gonna start off with the gray color. Actually, for the glove and the leg, or the shoe you can call it, you can use black color, but for black color I think it's kind of difficult to see over the video, so I choose gray instead. If you want, you can choose black. So here I made a tiny mistake. You see the difference between this and this? You can see there's a gap there, whereas this one, it doesn't have. I'll show you how I'm gonna change color so that you don't have that part. Okay, now I'm gonna start with the gray color. Gonna make a magic circle or a magic ring. And once you have a magic ring or a magic circle, excuse me, once you have a magic ring or magic circle, you do 6 single crochet into the ring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, sorry. Okay, 6 single crochet into the ring, and you pull tight. Now for row 2, you just go to that first stitch. If you do not know where is the first stitch, you can always count back from this V shape here. So in that first stitch, I'm just going to do 1 single crochet. I'm going to do 1 single crochet in every stitch. So this is 1 row, so another second row. So I did 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, 3 single crochet, 4 single crochet, 5 single crochet, and 6 single crochet. So we have 2 rows of gray color. Now I'm going to change color. I'm going to put my hook here, in between here. Gonna change it to yellow. Oops. I can't find the end of this. Okay, got it. So you put your hook here. I'm not gonna make a knot here. I'm just going to yarn over with the yellow. I'm gonna pull away this bubble here. I call it a bubble. Oh, sorry. So now I'm going to go to that first stitch. This is the first stitch. I'm going to yarn over with gray and put through yellow. If you do not want to do it this way, it's still fine. Just that I do not want to see that zigzag thing here. If you change color the other way, you will see something like this. And you see the difference? Here you have this kind of V shape. Here is a straight line between gray and yellow. So I want this one. So if you think this is a hassle, you just change color like how you normally would. It will still look fine. But I just want it to look like a straight line. So I would grab the gray yarn, I would bring the gray yarn over. You have 2 on your hook, and I would change it to yellow and put through with yellow. So now I have 2 stitches. So now go to the third one. Once you get a hang of it, it's actually quite easy. One, two, three, four, 5. I have one more. Excuse me. Okay, we do not need the gray yarn anymore. Just cut this yarn. You see this tree tail here? I'll just tie a knot. Excuse me. And I'm going to push it inside so that it don't interfere when I crochet. Okay, there are 6 stitches here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now this is the part that's I want to show you is I'm going to do this. You go to the front here, pull this working yarn to the front, I mean from the back, pull it to the front, chain 1, then I'm going to go to the next stitch and continue to crochet. This way I will get something like this. It's kind of even, whereas this one I didn't do that. I just jump to the next stitch and start my single crochet, so it looks as if there's a gap, and you see there's this kind of drop down, but it's still okay because I can always turn it this way when I sew it onto the body. Then it won't be noticeable, only you will know. So you can do that, or well, let me show you. Like for example, if I didn't pull to the back, I just continue to crochet, just go to that first stitch and do single crochet. It becomes uneven. Oh, it's here actually, sorry. This is the one. See, if I go to this first stitch and do a single crochet, you might have this part here might be a little bit higher and this side a little bit. You will have a gap here. So that's why if you change color, if you do not mind, then it's okay. So I will go to that first stitch here. You go in, you bring that working yarn, that loop, bring it to the front. Excuse me. Then I chain 1. Then I go to the next stitch and continue my single crochet. Then I'll just add 1 stitch here to remind myself this is the first stitch. Now just now we did 2 rows of gray and then 1 row of changing color. That 1 row of changing color is actually half gray, half yellow, so it doesn't really count, right? Because once I do single crochet on this row, you cannot see. You will only see that there's only 1 row of yellow. So I'll continue to do single crochet all around. All you have to do is just make sure when you look at it this way, you will see like as if you have 2 rows here and 4 rows here, but technically it's 5 or even 5.5, because the 5th one is a share between gray and yellow, and once I do this you can't see, so we just use our eyes to see that here you look like you have 2 rows and here you look like you have 4 rows and you're good. Or you did 1 and then you just measure against all the hands and make sure they are all the same size. So I'll continue to do single crochet all around, no increase, just 1 single crochet in every stitch. Oops, it would be a bit tight because when you change color, half with the first color and the other half with the second color, it will be a bit tight, not like the normal single crochet. So here you just make sure every row you do have 6 single crochet and no increase or decrease. Whoops, this last one is really tight because I have to pull it from, remember when I pull it from the back to the front. And so you just make sure you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this part here you just push it in and you continue to do single crochet until you come to this length. I mean, with your eye you can see like as if there's 2 rows here and 4 rows here, and these are the hands. So if you decided to do 3 minions like me, then prepare 3 pairs of hands. And when you come to the end of the row, so you have 4 rows here, just remove this, just chain 1, pull tight, and I'm gonna leave a little bit of tail for sewing. Sew it onto the minion. So 1 hand is done, I have a few more to go. Yeah, by the way, if you like any of these, they are all in the earlier post. The free tutorial video is in the earlier post. So do subscribe here and check them out, every single bit of it. If you see anything on my table that is from crochet, it definitely is in my earlier post. Okay, now I'm going to, okay, now let's do the leg. Okay, now we're going to do the leg. So you're gonna start with the gray yarn, or you can start with the black yarn. Gonna start by making a magic circle. Once you have a magic circle or a magic ring, you do 7 single crochet into the ring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Excuse me. Once you have 7 single crochet, you just pull tight, seal the hole. Now we're going to work on the back loop. And you see there's this V shape here. This V shape here. I'm gonna work on the back loop, because normally we would put our hook like this, on both loops. So now I'm going to work only on the back loop. So I'm going to do 1 single crochet. Let me add my marker. and you go to the next stitch, also on the back loop. You do 1 single crochet, then the next stitch another single crochet. So you have 3 single crochet here, 1 2 3. So this next 2 stitch, I'm going to make this 2 stitch become 1. So I'm going to go to that back loop and that back loop, if you can. It's not easy. So I'm going to put through 2 by 2, meaning I put through this first back loop, then the second back loop, then I have 2 on my stitch, on my hook, then I put through 2. So this is a 2 together. Or you can also do this if you want. You can just pull up a loop, go to the next back loop, pull up a loop, and put through all 3. It is still a 2 together. It is still making this 2 stitch into 1. So what I did just now was I used to my invisible 2 together. So normally what I do is I put through the back loop. Normally it's the front loop, for this case it's the back loop and the back loop. I put through 2. I put through that first 2 stitch. So now you have 2 on your hook. Then you put through 2. So I have 2 more stitch left. I just do single crochet, 1 2. So it looks kind of like a tiny shoe. So 3 single crochet, 1 decrease, 2 together is also known as decrease, and 2 single crochet. Because in my written pattern I always write decrease, I do not write 2 together. So now it's time to change color. As for this part here, you will see there's a gap, and you see one is down, one is up. I'm not going to do anything about it because this is a shoe. Most of the time it will face down, so no one will notice this gap here. And you see one going up and one going down here because it's going spiral. So I'm not going to do anything about it. So here I'm going to change color. You're going to put your hook in here. Put your hook here. This time round, I'm going to change it to blue because this is the color of the pants. I'm not going to make a knot. I'm just going to put through like this and leave this tail hanging here. And you see this bubble here. I am going to release that. And I'm going to do single crochet all around. So just now I have 6 single crochet. I started with 7. I did 1 2 together, so I will have 6 single crochet, 6 stitches. So now I should have 6 stitches as well. So now I'm going to put through both loop. I'm going to grab the gray yarn, but I'm going to put through with the blue yarn. Again, I am going to grab the gray yarn and put through the blue one. So there are 2 stitches here, so I should have 6. just continue. You go to the next stitch. Because the bottom is gray, so I'm gonna grab the gray yarn first. Gonna put through blue. I got 3 more stitch. I know for beginners it'll be quite confusing because you have all this checking out. So just take your time. Move around it. Push the rest to the side so that you can see these stitches here. So that you can see the stitches here. Again, pull a gray yarn, put through with the blue. Oh, how many stitches do I have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, okay. One more here. I should have 6. So again, the last stitch. This last one here, I didn't notice. Last stitch here. Pull the gray yarn over, put through with the blue. We're not done yet, but we do not need gray yarn anymore, so don't cut the wrong yarn. I did once. Cut the gray yarn. Once you cut the gray yarn, this 3 tail here, you just tie a knot. Tie 2 knots in fact, so that it won't come off easily. I'm gonna hide it inside the shoe, but now it's still too tight. Just continue with this dangling outside. Okay, now continue with the next row. Now we just crochet like normal. You just go to that first stitch. You do 1 single crochet on the first stitch. Oh yes, wait. Because here we'll go up a bit. I am going to pull it from the front. You go to this way. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, I have 6 stitches. You go to this first stitch here. You go from the front to the back, and you pull this working yarn over from the back to the front. Then I chain 1 to make it look like there's 1 stitch here. Then I'm going to go to the next stitch and do increase. Increase means 2 single crochet into that stitch. So 1, 2, this is actually my first stitch. So you're gonna do 3 sets of 1 single crochet followed by an increase. So you go to the next stitch and do 1 single crochet. The following stitch, you're gonna do increase. Next stitch, you're gonna do single crochet. Following stitch, you're gonna do increase. So we have 3 sets of this. Already 3 sets of it. Look at that, isn't that cute? See, it's a shoe. Okay, before I continue, let's see if I can just chuck this in a bit. Since the shoe is so small, by the time I tuck in all this, I do not need stuffing for the shoe. There is all plumb up here. Now the last row, you're just going to do single crochet all around. So you should have 9 single crochet. Without the tail dangling and interfering. See, it's so fast. And this makes one leg, or should I say one shoe. So this last stitch here, you just chain 1, pull tight to make a knot here, and leave a bit of a tail for sewing. And when you sew it onto the minion, you have to make sure where the shoe face. This is the back, and this is the front.